Factz. What happened to you, Battle Factz? Did you really think I wasn't gonna address you? Chris Unbias is scared to say my name. You just not important enough for me to say your name until now. I gotta put you on the stock drop list, but only as an honorable mention, cause you don't really got a stock.
Once again, you have judged correctly.
I wanna apologize to the Unbiased Review fans. I know some of you niggas don't know who this nigga is. Doing blogs for 2.5 hours. I didn't even know you had that much time on your hands. You know what I'm saying? It really be amazing to me that you niggas can sit in front of a camera for 2.5 hours and talk about one nigga. You trying to have a blogger beef so you can get your views up? Cause I see you be doing blogs about me. So since some of you guys don't know who this person is, let me introduce you to who Battle Factz is. Cause he always want to say Chris Unbiased shouldn't be in a culture. Chris Unbiased is canceled. Chris Unbiased is this. I'm not rocking with anybody that's rocking with Chris Unbiased. The things that Chris Unbiased has been accused of, I can't believe anybody in the culture is rocking with him. I say the same thing about you. I'm trying to figure out when you gonna start fraud. I mean, after all, when you first burst on the scene, you was doing blogs with Battle Truth.
God will draw people to you, man, and give you a voice.
Doing your little Bible study at night. I'm trying to figure out how you got a problem with me and Battle Truth was fucking his own daughter.
You bold.
You thought it was okay because y'all did a little Bible study at night. Yeah, Jesus loves me. Cause the Bible tells me so. Battle Truth was 25 years old, fucking a 16-year-old.
Was I having sex with you at the age of 13 and 14?
No.
How old were you?
I was 16 and a half.
But you just ignored all that so you can boost your battle rap career up. You wanted to get your YouTube channel popping. You wanted to put Battle Factz on the map. But because you got your start with Battle Truth and you ignored all the BS just so you can get your channel popping, your meat riding went up. 39%, you gotta get your meat riding down. You gotta get your meat riding down. Even doing the Lord's work, couldn't keep your meat riding down. Then you left there. You got it with this Harlem legend nigga, this old fake ass legend nigga. You got with him, y'all doing y'all little blogs and shit, little kumbaya and all this kind of stuff. And everywhere you go, you just try to lynch on with niggas. You can't create your own channel, get popping on your own. You gotta get with Battle Truth, get a little known. You gotta get with Harlem Legend, who also got put on in the battle rap culture by Caps. So really, you kind of got put on by Caps. But even when you do all that, you know, coming over to Caps Live, there was one time you was like, man, I had to come over to your live because you had way more numbers than we did. So I had to come over here and recap the video. That's the problem with you niggas. You niggas don't ever create nothing from the ground up. And anytime you try to lynch on to other niggas shit, I got to give you a penalty. And because of that, your meat riding went up. 57%, man. You gotta get your meat riding down. You gotta get your meat riding down. Your meat riding went up exponentially. You didn't try to lynch on with Caps, and the funny thing about that is, after you got on with Caps, and Caps put you on the map.
Opportunity, man. Hey, first of all, man, I'm honored to share the screen with you, T-Top, man. You know, as a blogger, you know what I'm saying? I ain't met you in person yet.
What the fuck this nigga talking about right here?
Let me try to
Then you got the nerve to be dissing Caps, saying Caps ain't never helped you.
I don't know what your problem is. I don't have a problem with you. I never had a problem with you. If that was the case, you wouldn't have battled Danny on my card. If that was the case, you wouldn't have been coming on my lives. I did not benefit from you coming on my lives. You got followers from coming to my lives.
I got no followers from coming to your lives, none, zero. Even after the Danny battle, no more followers.
He gave you the Danny Myers battle. He had you on lives. I mean, big lives too. Lives that was like recapping easy to block captain battles and all kind of stuff. You on all his lives with all the battle rappers, meeting T-Top, meat riding T-Top when you on, doing all kind of corny stuff. And you don't think Caps put you on? You so jealous of top bloggers that even when they came out with a blogger list and Chris Unbiased was #1 on the list, you decided you were going to create your own list. And when you created your own list, You had yourself above Chris Unbias and above Caps. But I'm trying to figure out how the hell you above Caps if niggas didn't know you till you got with Caps. I mean, there's meat riders all over the world, man, and this ain't a meat ride blog. That's not why you on a stock drop list. I mean, there was a file that came across my desk. I normally don't do the paperwork stuff. You know, I leave that to these other dudes, man. But everybody want to play the paperwork game. So let's play the paperwork game. There was a file that came across my desk, man. And, you know, I couldn't help but open it. I had to see what was going on, man. Just to be clear, your name is Christopher Clayton Hampton, right? Christopher Clayton Hampton. I just want to be clear. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe me and you share the same first name on this bum ass nigga. You went to prison for 12 years on armed robbery and breaking and entering, home invasion. Damn, you a real criminal. You went to prison for 12 years. And when you went to prison, you actually appealed your case. The interesting thing about an appeal is in Michigan, you cannot introduce new or false evidence on appeal. Is not permitted as appellate courts primarily review the lower court's record for legal or procedural errors, not retry the case or hear new evidence. Everything in your case was final. Everything was from trial. So everything in your appeal is actually what happened in your case. You went to prison for armed robbery, home invasion. 12 years. You actually had some co-defendants as well. And when you got arrested, you was a street nigga, right?
Because that's not how I move, man. I'm actually a real gangster, man. I don't move like that.
I mean, that's a street nigga stance. If I ever seen one, you was definitely a street nigga. I mean, after all, you got 6 tatted on. I mean, maybe 6 is your favorite number. You just want to get it tattooed. Or maybe you was a gangbanger. I mean, after all, it says right here, number 6 being tattooed on you is associated with Gangster Disciples, a street gang. So I don't know if you was Gangster Disciples, Crib. I really don't know what you were. But I know you was a street nigga.
Man, I'm actually a real gangster, man. I don't move like that.
But the interesting thing is when I really dig into your paperwork, you actually took the stand. And the things you said on the stand was astounding to me.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
The defendant testified, and I quote, that he believed him and his co-defendants were traveling to Ferndale that day to purchase recording equipment and that he was unaware of his co-defendants' intent to commit the crimes in which they pled. But wait, there's more. The defendant, and I quote, was unaware of his co-defendant's intentions to rob the occupants of the home that he was unwittingly agreed to accompany them to Ferndale that afternoon. Oh, you were just along for the ride. You didn't know they all was going to do a home invasion and break into a house and steal shit. It was all on them. It wasn't me, officer. It wasn't me, officer.
Fat piece of shit. Did you tell him that?
You a rat, bro. You a rat. And actually one of the worst kinds too. You were actually an OG over the co-defendants in the case. You were the OG. You were supposed to be teaching them the ropes, showing them this, all this kind of stuff, staying solid. They took a plea deal, and in order to try to get out of your own bullshit, you blamed everything on them. The defendant was unaware of his co-defendant intentions to rob the occupancy. When he agreed to accompany them to Ferndale that afternoon, you tried to get out of your own mess and put it all on them. And you thought you were doing a stand-up job because they took a plea. But even when you take a plea, you still fight your case from behind bars. Just like you were doing. You appealed your case. Other people want to appeal their case too and fight their case. Just because you take a plea never means that you have finished trying to defend yourself. When you get behind that wall, you start reading a little bit of that legal library, you start getting maybe different lawyers or whatever, and you still try to fight your case. You can still get sentences reduced. You can still find things that went wrong in trial. You can still do all kind of stuff to try to still continue to fight your case and hope that your sentence can get commuted. But you can't do that if you ratting your niggas out. You basically are saying, yeah, them niggas robbed it, but I didn't even know we was robbing it, officer. I didn't know what we were doing. I just thought we were just going for a ride. I didn't even know when we walked into that house that they was gonna take some shit. You threw your niggas under the bus, bro. And you think you not a rat?
Now you see now, you done fucked up, man. That don't you? I see what I'm saying. I thought that's what you're saying. You done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
Because they break it in houses now, and it's like a big thing.
Right.
But you break in my house and you steal stuff from my house. If me and you go commit a crime,
Right.
and I tell anything about that,
Right.
then that's snitching.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You were a street dude, man. You were in a gang, and as the OG of the group, you led these niggas to this house. Y'all robbed. Y'all got caught.
Man, I'm actually a real gangster, man. I don't move like that.
And you try to sell them down a river to save yourself. That's really what happened. It's in black and white. You like all this paperwork shit. The defendant testified as a street nigga on direct examination that he believed that he and his co-defendants were traveling to Ferndale that day to purchase recording equipment, that he was unaware of his defendant's intent to commit the crimes. You're a rat. It's okay. You're not the only one. It's a couple of niggas like this in this culture that's lately been exposed. You are a rat. But I want to know how you survived when you was in jail, because you know I had a sexual assault case, and it's not anything I'm proud of, you know what I'm saying? But I'll talk about it in a minute. But they really hate rats. I mean, they really hate rats. The worst thing you could be in jail is a street nigga and a rat. How you manage to do 12 years, though, without any issues? They be stabbing niggas up, killing niggas, doing all kind of stuff when you're a rat. See, there's a lot of people in jail because of women. So a vindictive female or a vindictive woman has actually put a lot of guys in jail. Probably 60% of the men that's in jail is in jail over a woman, over fighting a guy over a woman, beating up a guy over a woman, shooting a guy over a woman, something they got to do with a woman. So they're a little understanding, not much, but a little understanding of how a female can be vindictive and actually lead them behind bars. But there ain't no explanation for being a rat. You got the 6 tattooed on your arm. You a street nigga, the whole name, Gangster Disciples, Crip, whatever you were.
Man, I'm actually a real gangster, man. I don't move like that.
You was in a gang and you basically ratted. How did you survive down the road? Were you hanging with the Muslims? Because, I mean, that's kind of like what a lot of niggas do that be street niggas and shit. They start hanging with the Muslims. And the good thing about a Muslim in jail, even if you thinking about becoming a Muslim, they'll still protect you. They'll still protect you. You could be reading the Quran, you could be talking to them, and they can be trying to teach you that Islam is the way to go, and you can be on the fence on where you go. They'll still look out for you. Because they move like a gang, but they also about peace. So even when you're not particularly a Muslim, the thought of actually becoming a Muslim can buy you some protection. Is that what happened, Battle Factz? You started hanging around the Muslims? Before you went to prison, you was eating all kind of pork. You go to prison as a rat, and now it's assalamu alaikum. I see your kind all the time in jail. And then when you get out, it's back to the Baconators. I mean, after all, even Easy the Block Captain was opening Christmas gifts. Speaking of Easy the Block Captain, did you know Battle Factz was a rat? Or are you protecting him? I mean, after all, he did get you a venue in Detroit for the Trenches tournament.
But how did he know? How he found out?
Are you protecting a rat? Because your man is definitely a rat. The defendant testified on direct examination that he believed he and his co-defendants were traveling to Ferndale to purchase recording equipment, and he was unaware of his co-defendant's intent to commit the crimes. Now, you had a lot to say about bad news. I mean, after all, you a street nigga. I know you not defending a rat. And then you said on your last live that you hired Battle Factz to do commentary for your Swamp vs. Easy battle. You really hired a rat and you think the culture is finna go for it? The minute Battle Factz get on that commentary, it's rat emojis everywhere. I'm telling you right now, the minute he gets on that commentary, it's gonna be rat emojis everywhere. And I wouldn't want you to have to take so much attention away from the battle, but the rat emojis are coming. You a street dude who had a lot to say about bad news, a lot to say about Adi Boom. You even said in your bad news blog that all you gotta do is take the stand, and all you gotta do is testify, and I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Defendant testified on direct examination. Let's see if you're gonna keep your word. I mean, I know you're not protecting a rat. Let's see. Remember when you and Suge was originally supposed to be in Detroit? Battle Factz was your muscle. Yeah, you know, big GD shit, right? And remember when you and your Trenches tournament was in Detroit? Battle Factz got you the venue. So Easy, I got a question for you. Did you know that Battle Factz was a rat? And now that you know he a rat, are you going to disown him? Because he definitely a rat. Or are you going to protect Battle Factz because he put a little money in your pocket, save you on venues and stuff like that? Are you going to protect and overlook the fact that your man is a rat?
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Now, because you're on the stock drop list, I feel like I got to give you a gift. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you kind of new in the culture. You want to make sure that things ain't too bad on you. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you a gift. I gave Debo a gift one year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he took it, but at the same time, I still came bearing gifts. And I got a gift for you as well. Let me open it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me open it. Right here. I got a gift for you as well. Cheese. That's what you rat niggas like, man. Cheese for a fucking rat, man. Now, I ain't really know which one's your favorite cheese, so I got you a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Little pepper jack joint, little cheddar sharp. You know what I'm saying? I don't think rats care what kind of cheese, as long as it's cheese.
I'm not eating that. I can't eat that. I can't eat that, man. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not trying to get out of no trouble. That's what a snitch do. Oh, that's what a snitch do.
You run around here trying to expose clone and all that. It was cute. It was cute. You are a fucking rat. And I know what you're going to try to say. It wasn't me. It was my lawyer. My lawyer said that, and they just put in the paperwork. Stop the cap. You are a fucking rat, bro. I know how this works. They lock y'all niggas up. They put your co-defendants on one side of the jail, and you over here, and they got a lawyer, and you got a lawyer, and they lawyer saying, hey man, you better save yourself, man. You don't really know what he's doing. And your lawyer telling you to save yourself, you don't really know what they doing. And when they took a plea deal, you threw them niggas under the bus. It was in your appeal paperwork. And you can only appeal what was said at trial. I repeat, you can only appeal the facts of the trial. And your appeal paperwork says the defendant testified on direct examination that he believed his co-defendants were traveling to Ferndale to purchase recording equipment, and that he was unaware of his co-defendants' intent to commit the crimes in which they pled. You threw all your niggas under the bus, bro.
He did that shit. He guilty as fuck.
To save your fucking self. You're a rat. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck about you bringing your co-defendants on and all this kind of stuff. You try to tell them some shit that you didn't really do. I don't care about none of that. The paperwork of the appeal says you testified. That was already a violation. I mean, you testifying is already a violation. Then to come to find out, you said you was unaware of what your niggas was doing. You said you was unaware of the crime that they committed. Bro, you threw your niggas completely under the bus. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, Your Honor. I was on my way to the Wawa. All I wanted was a donut and a cup of coffee. Next thing I know, we pulled up to a house and they started robbing niggas.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. I see you trying to steal niggas' thumbnails and put my little titles and stuff in the thumbnails and do stock drop lists. You really want to be me, don't you?
Be yourself for a nigga. You out here trying to be everybody else. You can't be everybody else. You gotta be yourself.
I got one more gift for you, man. You know, I'm really a nice guy, man. You know, don't let these lists fool you, man. I'm really a nice guy, man. I always try to figure out a way to help people, you know, help them find, like, you know, their loved ones, people they ain't seen in a while, some friends in a while. And I found some of your close friends. What kind of nigga would I be if I didn't reunite y'all? Yeah, what up, y'all? I'm just chilling out back, man. Just chilling out. One more gift for you, Battle Factz. You know what I'm saying? One more gift. See, right here, I got a little mask. A fucking rat. I got a mascot for you. And it's only right that I take the mascot. There go Bad News and Adi Boom, man.
Lord Jesus.
Bad News and Adi Boom. It's only right I put you right here, man, as the third rat in the culture.
Man, I'm actually a real gangster, man. I don't move like that.
I always tell you I come bearing gifts, man. This is exactly where they be. They should be in a cage. Bad News, Adi Boom, and Battle Factz, man. Let me make sure I lock the cage up, man. Let me make sure I...